Right. So, good evening, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome the guests and Mr. Harishankar Selvaraj on behalf of UniKaksha, and it is great to meet you all down here. So, let me just introduce Mr. Harishankar first of all. So, we Harishankar is a renowned professor, a teacher, and currently he is leading the talent acquisition team at Coding Mud. So what we get usually inspired by a lot of people, and Mr. Harishankar is one such person because we have a lot to learn from him. So when I say learning, when it comes to teaching, he goes an extra mile to ensure that the student is understanding a particular topic. He has delivered everything with respect to hands on, and we are I'm really proud to say that we have worked together, and here we are with another an orientation session to discuss how this hiring pattern is currently in the year 2022. So given this experience and given the defined this, he has introduced a lot of new techniques in the hiring patterns, and he has brought with him a lot of skills as a technical interviewer, and he deals with a number of clients, and currently he is associated with Codingma Technologies, where he has defined some great perceptions. Yes, he has derived some great perceptions to understand the candidate much better, and he has defined some set of rules and regulations. More than rules and regulations, it is type of the activities. What type of activities can be brought in for understanding the candidate much better, because it is the skill level of the employee who can who can allow this employer to build awesome projects and applications, and bring it out to the market. And with a wrong employee, the same cannot be assured. So having said this, in this this hiring, it takes a lot of skills and patience, because you will not find the right person at the in just one shot. So it takes a lot of patience, and an employee, a candidate who is coming to an interview, he may be different, he may be having a lot of problems, he may be uh, exceptionally skilled, but may not be able to position it rightly. But given this talent acquisition head, the role of a talent acquisition head is going to define all these metrics, where they can evaluate a particular candidate, and this candidature has to be the right fit. And when I'm saying the right fit, it is not let alone the technicality, technical skills, but it is also associated with the cultural fitment of the company, right? And having said this, we are proud to welcome Mr. Harishankar Selvaraj, the talent acquisition head of Codingma Technology, and we will be asking a number of questions, the common questions, to clear the mist among the students, and who are facing some who are going to present themselves in the interviews in near future, right? So, welcome once again, Harishankar sir, and I'll be moving on to a number of questions.
Yeah, that's great, Manoj sir. Very good evening to you, and good evening team, UniKaksha team, for giving the opportunity, and what to say, that is, it's a great opportunity for me to share my knowledge, and that is whichever whatever I have experienced over a period of time. So yeah, so that's great. So what I'm trying to say is, as a from the start, see, during the early 2000s, it'll be like this. That is, if you're supposed to get a salary, that's fine, fine. So 2.5 lakhs, 2 lakhs, it's fine. See, over a period of time, it has been changed as good salary. So it is about 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, or things like that. Then it is hugely turned like this. It's like a fancy salary. See, now the total era has been changed. Like now people are offering huge salary. See, there is a big difference between salary, good salary, fancy salary, and as well as huge salary. So this is what the complete trend has been going on. So every that is candidate supposed to have at least 3 to 4 offers every time, and they'll be bargaining with what to say with the strategies to or play with the what to say that is companies or wherever they're supposed to go. So this is what the thing happening now. So people has to understand the trend, and you need to fit into the market. So it is not only that. So if you want to fit into market, that you should be very qualified. So it is not that still we have always having a bigger market that if the qualified person is there. See, we won't consider the product companies like Codingmar Technologies or any product company. We won't encourage, or we won't allow the person who is not having the capability or the qualify without qualification. So that is what. Yeah.
It's great, sir. The term fancy salary and a good salary and a fancy salary, as you rightly said, it has changed. And we have been reading some articles that the attrition rate of the companies is quite high. Especially after this pandemic. The companies are trying to lure the quality talent from different companies with a higher package, and so on. So, how did the pandemic influence the hiring pattern in the IT industry, sir? To understand it much better.
As you rightly said that the pandemic has given a bigger breakthrough for any candidate, no matter if they are in Tamil Nadu or Karnataka or Andhra Pradesh, Kerala or Gurgaon or Mumbai, Noida, anywhere, no problem. So we can sit at one place and we can work. This is the first condition today we have. So from the workplace, sorry, from the home where we supposed to, we can work from there. That is the first thing. And moreover, so if you are not going to the office culture, people are that is slowly turning into this kind of culture that is work from home. So it is all about whenever if you are supposed to have the right time, you can it's like a flexible time. We can make the ensurement to work for the company and attain the targets or what to say deliverables, fine. So this is the first thing I need to say rightly. Second is the hiring patterns are something made into virtually. The virtually in the sense we are all connecting towards the trendy technologies like Zoom or Google Meet or any other kind of stuff. And people are also keep on attending the interview every day. So there is a big market. The market has to be get fulfilled. And even the strategy like this, for example, I will just make a quote very simple. Yeah, I'll be interviewing around 7 to 8 members every day. Fine. So as a whole, I'll be interviewing around 150 members for that is a month. See, if you are turn 2 or 3% percentage, that's fine. So attending all the rounds of interview and turning into the offer. See, even if you are trying to give the offer, people are bargaining, as I said earlier, having holding 3 to 4 offers in the hand, and they are targeting for the different things. So this is what the thing happening in the new era of what to say, remote hiring or virtual hiring or things like that after the pandemic. Am I right, sir?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly. So, since you mentioned about the deliverables,
Yes.
do you think the same efficiency we are getting from the employees who are working from an office and who are currently working from a home?
Yeah, that is one perception I want to insist. If you're in office, we have a pretty much good communication between the people, and where we can have a very good rapport and relationship with people. But here, we can also get the good deliverables, but we don't find a very good relationship and as well as what to say proper rapport with people, because even though we are getting good targets, good deliverables at all the time. Even in office, we don't get the deliverables at right time, but in the work at home, we'll be getting. And people also, I want to mention one thing that all the employees are supporting all along. They are what to say, that is saving the time for the travel and everything. Fine.
Yes.
See, they are supportive pretty much, but the only lagging part is the communication, the relationship within the team, and slowly it has been people get adopted for the same.
Mm. Yes, yes, rightly said. So, we have been doing our research, sir, as an edtech company. We always come up with new products that will ensure, the students the right placement. If a student is coming in with an ambition to become a full stack developer, or if he wants to become a data scientist, so we have this. As an edtech company, we are saying, at UniKaksha, we do this research and we come up with a lot of programs that are immediately associated with their job placements. And being in this profession, you would have also heard that full stack web development, data science, machine learning, and AI are buzzing terms in the industry. So, do you think the current industries which we are currently, we are meeting every day, we are hearing every day, or we are reading every day? How do these industries implement these advanced technologies?
Yes, just a minute. So what the thing is, if you are supposed to get into trendy things like full stack development, or it may be data science, as you said rightly, uh, these two that is branches of fields will be putting forth for the next 5 to 6 years. That is the
That's
first thing I
great.
want to say. So when it is come to full stack development, so no matter the technologies, either it may be Angular, or it may be Node, or it may be Vue.js, or it may be React.js, or it may be Electron.js. So no matter. So everybody should know the front-end tool framework, and according to the same, people always expect for to be too good in databases. So if they are good in these things, people have the opportunity, right opportunity, and as I said, good opportunity towards salary also in this particular thing. And the way they supposed to experiment towards them, that is pretty much matters over there. So it is not about the course which we supposed to run in a college or a institution where they uh, do their graduation. It is not like that. Here it is something different. How we experiment ourselves in a better way, and how we put forth along the same towards the skills and the development of things. And apart from that, if you take as you said towards data science, so Python and R is playing a major role, and along with the framework like Django, Flask, Fast API is booming like anything. And that is, as I said earlier also, still people might know, if you are doing a computer science course, they should have the basic ability to do the database querying. In terms of
Yes.
it is not about writing a select simple queries. They should be in a position to write prefetch queries, how to use joins, and how to explore the things like that in the raw queries, writing the raw queries in a right way. So this matters, they can put forth into MongoDB or any NoSQL or anything. So in additional. So as a whole thing is, uh, if you are into full stack development, or if you are into data science, no matter, you can explore. But the thing is, which the branch you're supposed to choose. Even if you are going for the data science, it is not only the data science alone. So again, it is also a full stack. That is, if you are having the ability to go with the HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and as well as Python, MySQL, and Django framework, REST framework, or things like that, thereby this complete nutshell will come into one picture.
Great, sir.
So
Great.
if you are coming into full stack also, as I said earlier, any technology, we should be very predominant to expose ourselves in all the areas like front end and as well as the back end, as I said. I hope I
Great.
have
Great.
answered you.
Yes, yes, sir. Rightly said. So, to extend this question, sir, to understand it much better, we are, in an institution, we have come across a lot of institutions. You might have been invited to a lot of institutions for giving guest lectures and so on. And that we both have worked in institutions personally. So that the institutions are yet to bring in a proper plan of action to deliver these courses, right? The advanced courses which the industries are expecting. So there is an obvious skill gap between what the universities or the institutions are teaching. This is not to blame the institutions or the universities. I'm just saying out the fact loud. So there is an obvious skill gap between what the industries are expecting from the students and what the institutions are teaching them. So how do these industries address this skill gap, sir?
So one thing I doesn't want to blame anyone first, because university and as well as the institution, they always have a set of protocol to do that. See, they supposed to concentrate with the core area. Fine. So that is what the core area is. For example, if you are in a computer science, they'll be having some core areas like what to taught rightly at which year or which semester or things like that. For example, networks, database, data structures, or things like that at the right time. So when it is come to electronics or things like that, as per the same, they will be following some protocols to deliver the courses which they suppose. So as you said rightly, the gap is between the industry and the institution is always will be there. The reason is the rapid change in the technology. So it doesn't matter that we all should support or what to say that is what to say that the change should occur over a period of rapidly in the institution is quite tough, because they always take into action very slowly, because they always concentrate to pick the graduates or what meet out the graduates. So if you want to accelerate and as well as if you want to excel, so thereby we need to what to say predominantly take that particular opportunity from the institution as a basic, and we need to turn out what to say that is taking up the right courses as per the trends, and we need to explore as per the market. This is the right way, and we can also put forth. This is what also happening in the nowadays also. People are also engaging with so many different that is what to say that is outside institution or academia or things like that. They can explore or they can just add it to the essence of knowledge or acquiring to the same. So this is what
That's really great, sir. Really great, sir. Okay. So I've summarized a number of questions, sir, which our registrants have asked, and one of the common question was, should I write a cover letter or is my resume enough?
I want to say one thing. See, if you are bluntly sending a resume alone, will not speak anything, right? So thereby,
Yes.
what we try to convey through a covering letter is something like that. That we say that we are this, and we are trying to do this, and we are marketing this, and we are just towards marketing to ourselves in a right way, in a what to say, in a systematic way to explore what I can do in a few lines of thing. So I will give a very simple example. For example, if I want to put forth a covering letter, shall I share one letter for you? Yeah, I think you are muted.
Yes, sir, please.
Just a minute. So what I do is just a minute. I'll share one letter. So this covering letter will help you. For example, you people might understand what it is. See, always start like this. See, I just read out very fastly that, dear sir, ma'am, PFAs, please find the attachment and please find below for my LinkedIn profile. See, always the LinkedIn should plays a major role to explore what we are. See, whatever the that is event we do, if you supposed to start adding it on the same, what happens is over a period of time your LinkedIn profile will be get weightage automatically. See here that is here I explored very simply like that. As an experienced teacher training, I sparked and volunteered to show my interest to be an appropriate candidate to serve as a trainer, teacher trainer, as a freelance trainer or things like that. when reviewing the position requirements through the reference, I was excited to find that my qualification, the personal strengths align with your needs and the mission. So I just convey that my this position will suits to the same, and I bring the comprehensive set of skills that I believe will be valuable as a trainer in my teacher trainer role, and deal with stakeholders from all the ends, students, organization, clients. I hone uh, my abilities in teaching, training, interviewing, consulting, mentoring, providing a firm foundation for the teacher trainer come team lead managerial position or things like that. So my communication, people centric nature, and the compassion have afforded me excellent critical thinking skills. So I am excited to contribute my talents and proficiency in the interpersonal skills towards your team efforts and engaging communicator with proven track records. So here what I am trying to say is, see, I was always meeting your needs. I am I am just this, and if I suppose to give an opportunity, my track record will place the same to continue with you. So this is what I try to say, and I just explained where I worked, and if that is kindly accept my candidacy or things like that. So this is what the covering letter will do. See, always the covering letter will plays a major role when you supposed to send a email to a reference or things like that, not in terms of what to say walk-in or things like that. Even though in the walk-in it will place, when it is come to reference or things like that, it will place more values over there. So this is what I need to say. So I hope this letter will help you. Fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, that's really an insightful thought which you have shared with us, and it is great to see how you have put together your experience, and what to highlight, and what to make the employer's job much easier. You have put everything together. That's really wonderful, sir.
Yeah.
And it is
And
so
also
nice
one
of
thing
you
I
for
want
it.
to
Yes.
I also added to one point to the same, that in the school days we'll be having some exercise like rough draft, fair draft. People used to write a rough draft, and we'll be striking out, and we'll be putting the fair draft in the right side, and the left side we'll be writing the rough draft. So we doesn't
Yes.
know
Yes.
over a period of time that what the rough draft will do and what the fair draft, always will be questioning ourselves. But in terms of once if you are getting to the next level, always this rough draft will plays a major role. We just do whatever the insights you which is coming into your mind. We just rough draft it, and we fine tune it, and we'll be putting into the fair draft and making a essence of right things to be get done.
That's really great, sir. So, um, this is one thing which our students has to understand, and why the covering letter is very important. And you have answered this question very beautiful, very much, very to the core, and what we are expecting, sir. So,
Okay.
what are the latest trends in recruitment, sir? Has anything changed? Previously, when I did my graduation, I was asked to sit in a group discussion. Then they will give some 7 minutes. They'll give a topic. Then the one who talks first will get the a better score. Then who concludes, who summarizes everything, they'll get a different score. So how is this? What are the latest tech trends in recruitment, sir?
I need to filter out 100 out of 5. What I do in early days, we'll be having some written test, and we'll be having some group discussion or essay rating or things like that. So that and all for the olden era. So today the trend has been totally changed. So we'll be having a written test along with the same. And in the written test, they always concentrate with 4 quadrants, you might know. So one is your logical part, analytical part, and what to say, that is quantitative part, and your verbal part, and your what to say, the programming part. So this is what the 4 areas where we can put forth. So I will give a simple map also during the end of this particular session. It might be an eye opener for them. So what things are there? So secondly, if you are getting in from the first level, totally today things has changed because everybody started with some third party vendor who is supporting for the machine test rightly. So if you are doing any kind of a code, it will easily automated and the automated things will easily what to say that is review it and it will give the score. So this is what the code efficiency is there. The what to say that is uh, you may say the code optimization or it may be the any kind of stuff like that. So these can be examined very easily with the help of machine test. And even if you are going with the right logic and as well as you are going with the what to say simple logic, things will happen over there. So this is what all about. Uh, so this is the second thing. So these are the filtration process. So when it is come to interviews, once if you are getting cleared with the test and as well as the written test, always people are looking. Even if I supposed to ask me personally, what I do is I always check for the problem solving ability. First thing. First thing is predominantly the problem solving ability. See, problem solving ability it is not about that writing a GCD number or writing a factorial value or writing a Fibonacci. It's not like that. See, here we are all dealing with the data structures. So data structure is pretty much something important over here. So how we are involving with the different collection strategies nowadays exploring in any kind of technology matters because applying the data structure is something different. That is when you are in as a student, if you always we have a threat. If you are getting into the data structure laboratory, always will be a hectic that by seeing the teacher because they ask
Yes.
you to do the code because one more reason that because the reason is we'll be writing a huge number of lines of code. We doesn't
Exactly.
get the results like for any stack or linked list or any no matter for any kind of a color that is a data structure concept. But in terms of if you want to learn programming, see it doesn't matter that. See if you even if you choose a C programming, no matter that if you hardly implement a singly linked list or a doubly linked list, even if you take 3 months of time or 5 months of time, that is a very 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 good exam assignment for you because all the logics will come, all the technical part will come, and you can easily explore this is what the program is. So every computer science student has to initiate on this particular regard, and they need to initiate themselves to know about the programming and practice the programming. If they have the guts to do, even though the daily will be getting some errors on the same, it's not about uh, typing the typing from the notebook. I was very much pretty much sure about that. Even if you are trying to initialize a variable and trying to print that, that is a one task. Next day you are coming, you are applying for a class and using the what to say accessing the class values, that is another task. Slowly if you start doing all these things and put together over a period of the time, that is I have given 3 months of time, that is one semester 90 days. If you take 20 minutes a day to complete one particular concept to ensure yourself towards data structure, that is the core, that is the core.
Yes.
Right. So as you asked, that is once if you are getting, I just come to back to the point. Problem solving is the first thing. Second, we'll be always concentrating with fundas and advanced of any technology, for example, React or Angular, whatever it may be. And we'll be checking the framework and that is what are the dependencies, what are the different dependencies we supposed to explore over there. And apart from that, we will be into that is what to say, attitude communication. So communication is not about the English we supposed to, and the way the candidate is uh, that is engaging the whole discussion, whether they are rightly projecting themselves or if there is no attitude and communication towards the discussion, we always regret to say no. That's it.
Yes. Yes.
So this is what the
That's
strategy we supposed to follow with.
great. Great. Great, sir. So,
I think
since
Abhishek
you
is
have,
there. Abhishek is raising his hand, it seems.
yes, yes, Abhishek, if you have any queries, you can use the chat box
What about
to
off-campus
to drop in your
trials?
query. Yes.
See, no matter if you are going for an off-campus or on-campus trials, doesn't matter. Today, wherever if you're supposed to go, this kind of strategy will be followed. If you are getting, if you are going for any service companies or a product companies, they will be offering, sorry, they will be offering the job with these kind of techniques only. See, one thing I want to ensure, guys, if you are always good in core, you can speak, you can bet, fine. So that is what the thing. If you are strong in core, you can, yeah, accelerate to anything. Yeah, please.
Rightly said, sir. So, since you reminded about this data structures, I still remember what program I got for my data structures laboratory. So it was merge sort, and back then I was not a good coder myself. Back 12 years back. So I was just you reminded me my experiences sitting in front of this external examiner, and pretending to think about an answer, and nothing would come inside actually our mind. The basic question was, how does a merge sort work? Or when you compare that with quick sort, what is the benefit of merge sort? So I was not even, I would, pretend like this, like that, just something is not, everything is here, but, it is not coming out of my mouth.
See,
So,
simple, sir.
this is,
As you said rightly, what the change happens over the 2 decades are, where that is, as you rightly said, we are all struggling to write a merge sort or quick sort during that day. Today, it has been changed simply. See, these guys are doesn't know the values of this. So I will be just posting one thing. For example, if you are having a list like this, yeah. For example, list one is equal to, I am having a list, some list 10, 5, 6,
are
3.
you sharing your screen,
Yeah,
sir?
yeah, just a minute. Just a
Yes,
minute. I am
yes.
sending through chat. So, for example,
Yeah.
if you're supposed to have a list like this, what
Hmm.
what we supposed to do for to sort is very simple. We'll be doing like this. That is list dot, that is array. Just a minute. Just a minute. List one dot sort of. If you're supposed to give like this, what happens? You need to try it. See, if you give like this, if you, it won't sort very properly. It will sort only for the digit one, not for the digit two. People
Hmm.
has to know all these things. So if you're supposed to give how to apply the arrow function over here, yeah, I will give the example over here. Sort of, I need to apply two, that is comparing two elements. How do I compare? I'll be comparing like this. Just a minute. So this is the way we need to do. So single
Yes.
line, we can do the sort process. See, even the candidates who come with the experience of 2 years, 3 years, they doesn't know how to apply the arrow function to comparison of two things. So this
Exactly,
is
sir.
what people has to know. See, for
Yes.
example, very simple, Manoj sir. So I need to reverse a string. I need to reverse my name. It's a string. So is it possible to reverse a string directly? Always it is a question mark. See, people simply say, for example, name is equal to Hari Shankar is my name, and no, reverse string will not work. So if you're supposed to have the string like this, if I want to do what are you supposed to do? I'll be simply, people immediately do like this, name dot reverse. Am I right? So, but
Yes.
it should be avoided. So why
Hmm.
I am saying is, we can't reverse a string directly. We need to convert this to array or a list. So it, for that, what we do is, we'll be simply doing like this, that is name dot split of. So no space case. No space case is nothing but it is also checking for the no space, and we'll be using the reverse method. Then whenever if you are using what to say, that is reverse method, sorry, whenever if you are using the split method, we need to use the join method as like the same, that again we need to implement the what to say, that is no space. I hope
Yes.
you people got it in the chat, right? So this is the
Yes,
way,
yes, yes.
and we'll be consoling it. So that kind of stuff easily we can do. So if you know
Yes.
rightly these things, that is applying these things in a right way, people, you as you said, that is earlier thing is something different. Today, one line of code will do everything.
Hmm.
So even for the merging, I will give an example. Yeah, just a minute. Where is the chat? Yeah, you might know aware of spread operator. So with the help
Yes.
of spread operator, I'll be doing like this, comma, that is spreading out the second array and passing a set like this. We can simply merge, as you said, merge sort will not have a big deal. So this will do.
Yes.
I hope I
Yes.
answered the questions.
Perfectly, sir. So Abhishek has a question, sir. So he is asking how to make a logic in C language.
How to make a logic in the sense. First of all, for example, I just consider like this. For example, if you are taking a Fibonacci series,
Hmm.
so what the Fibonacci series will do? So it will do like this. That is, if you are giving an input like this, that is 5. What happens? 0, 1, 1, 2, and 3 will be get printed. So what it is? It is all about the values of previous two values. So that is the answer. So in our classroom, what we do is, and that is knowingly, unknowingly, I doesn't know. Always we will have a thing that f1, that is first variable is 0, and f2, the variable is 1. And we started doing it to do the same. That is printing f1, printing f2. Then we add the f3 is equal to f1 plus f2 like that. Am I right?
Yes.
So it is not the case. Yeah, always we need to know when the 0 will come. If you go with the plus, what to say, that is a positive number added to a negative number, always you will be getting a 0 value. So thereby f1 always is supposed to be -1, and f2 is supposed to be +1, right? So if you start like this, but is knowing the problem, breakdowning the problem, attaining the logic. This is what important. So if you apply now with the same, that is what to say, f2 is equal to f1 plus f2, and again that is we just do like this. Sorry, f3 is equal to f1 plus uh, f2 will be doing like this. So this is what we supposed to know the problem, breakdowning the problem, and we need to explore as per the code. I hope I answered the question right.
Rightly said, sir. Because this is what we are lacking. In terms of when we are training a number of batches, and this is what we are trying to emphasize also.
Yes, I want
So
to add.
logic.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
logic for a particular problem is pretty much common, and whatever programming language we are using, whether we are using full stack web development or we are working on some backend queries, so everywhere the logic remains the same, and people just have to translate this into a coding language. This is what we are trying to explain to our students also. And as you said, knowing the logic has to deal with the problem solving abilities, and the coding proficiency is completely different from that.
Yes, exactly. And moreover, one thing I want to say: if you are not having the mathematical ability to do that, that is pretty much needed. People might know that is mathematics are into computer science are into mathematics. If you are not correlate both the same, always it is hectic. You may play like data science or Python, but we need to know basic differential calculus, basic
Exactly.
statistics. Fine. So this is what things we people has to understand. This differential calculus or what is statistics, what is a numerical method, how which involved over here. So it is not about
Ex-
they are rightly straight away applying everything into your business. It is all about a core where we apply in terms of doing some part of work.
exactly, sir. And as you said, that is the reason for computer science students like us. We were punished with the most number of mathematics paper. We had 6 papers in our curriculum when we studied. And Lalit, you have raised your question. I mean, you have raised your hand. Is there a question you have?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Manoj. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Great discussion. First of all, thank you so much, guys. I've just got a question from more of a talent acquisition perspective, sir. And the question
Yeah.
is that, I usually go through this wonderful website called AICTE, where you can get, information about, all the colleges and universities all across India, because it's a government of India website, and they actually share a lot of startling statistics with you. And one of the statistics that I wanted to share with you was that in year 2020-2021, there were close to, I mean, there was a total intake of more than 14 lakh students just in engineering, okay, UG, PG, of course. And out of those students, there are close to just 3 lakh people, 3,40,000 people who have got placed. Now, these stats are very, very startling. Why is this? Because what I clearly look at is that out of these 3,000 odd institutes who are offering, technical education, and out of those 15 lakh students, only 25, roughly 25% of the students have been placed so far. Now, as you said before, that there is a huge skill gap, and that's the reason why, if you look at it, especially from an edtech perspective, that's where, companies like UniKaksha, they come into play, and of course, they play a major role in making sure that, this skill gap somehow, goes down. But I'm pretty sure that, you have been facing it too, from a talent acquisition perspective too, that, there is a huge demand of skill which is there in the market, but to get the right set of people is a big challenge. Would you agree to that? Because especially those people who come out of directly from colleges, they are really not, are well made or well set to work with product companies, good product companies like Coding Mark Technologies.
Yeah, Lalit, you are rightly said that there is a huge gap, and that is rightly 25% of students only getting, or the graduates supposed to get this job or opportunity, no matter. But I want to add the one point that over here. So what the thing is, it is all about what to say, that is acceptable and as well as qualified. The acceptable candidates always will be a threat, to get a job, surviving, and as well as no longer, if you are going, that is continuing for the job for a longer period, it is always a threat. So here, what matters is, if you are supposed to be qualified, there are two scales are there. One is your scalability and stability. So both will come into picture, and if it aligns in the same line over a period of time, they'll be getting the opportunity right way, and as well as they can also sustain over a period of time. So this is what, and as you said rightly, the skills, the gaps which the company like UniKaksha is supposed to do, people has to enjoy the essence of it, and rightly has to, what to say, that is taking the opportunity, because knowledge, uh, we we always have a problem. The people who share the knowledge, always we expect the knowledge to be shared, what to say, that is in a freeware. See, it should not be there. See, if you want to learn, you need to pay. So that is what. See, that is something different. So people has to understand that, and it is not the what to say, encouraging, or what to say, that is engaging without what to say, a thumb rule. We can't able to drive the skills over just like that. Fine. So that is also I can add to Lalit's points. Am I right, Lalit?
Absolutely, sir. Bang on. Thank you so much for that. Great. Thank you so much. Over to you, Manoj. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Lalit. So, in addition to that answer, many students, they have, well, when they have registered, they were asking, how to prepare from the second semester or the third semester. That means, the early years of their graduation. So they are, the thing is, what are the ways to learn so that by the end of their graduation they'll be able to get placed.
Yeah, you rightly said. It doesn't matter that that is you are starting in the day one or third semester or fifth semester. It is not that. See, I want to say one thing. Placement is not the outcome, right? So outcome is something how you touch the heights. We need to target for the next, not to the placement alone. So if you want to touch, that is rightly go to the outcome. So what I say is, from the day to the graduation or all the day, it is a process. Learn from the day one. But learning is not the thing that simply learning without plan or things like that. See, when you are in a graduation, So first 1 year, 1.5 years, or up to 3 semesters, we need to concentrate with the core area. How this problem solving can be done, how this mathematical ability can be imparted to us, and how this basic problem solving ability or the mathematical ability can be transformed to the coding level, and how much it can be that is how much vision we supposed to have to crack the interviews like during in the round ones, how I can play. See, because today we have so many stuffs online, fine, so we can take it as freeware. See, instead of spending a lot of time in kind of stuff like quantitative aptitude, verbal reasoning or things like that, you can practice by yourself in the earlier period. And after that, we have so many stuffs like what to say, uh, Lafoya is there, India Bix is there, so many websites are there. So if you turn out with every day, every test, for example, 4 quadrants, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. If you spend 1 hour 20 minutes or 1 hour 30 minutes every day for 150 days, you'll be set for writing the what to say, that is round one interview will be cleared very easily, because the practice is pretty much easy. And once if you are getting into second level, that is how we are imparting all the programming stuffs to framework or any specific core area like a data science or a full stack development, or no matter, even if you want to get a job, so you should rightly prepare in a right way. So many stuffs are there, how you are imparting it and how you are exploring it, that matters a lot. I hope I answered you.
Perfectly, sir. And another common question is, they are the students are, really want to know which language should they concentrate on, because the curriculum is teaching them either C or Python in their first year, then they move on to C++, and then they move on to this Java, and eventually it stops there. They jump onto some HTML and CSS, and it ends there. So, which language? Because I personally don't believe you can be a master in any coding language in just 90 days, and with some 10-15 programs in their practical examinations is not going to make anyone a mastermind in that particular programming language. So,
That's
for
what I
one
rightly,
semester,
yeah, that's what I
please
rightly
please
said.
go ahead, sir.
Yes, rightly said, as you asked earlier itself. See, the engineering graduation or any professional degree is all about glimpse. If you want to expertise or if you want to accelerate to the heights, what we do is we need to keep on practicing it. That is the first thing. And if you choose a specific language, it doesn't matter. First of all, you need to know what is a programming. For that, where I need to choose Python or C, always C. I personally feel always C. So
Okay.
then you just turn out all these things, because as I said earlier, your basic logics always come into only kind of a stuff like C. Then if
Hmm.
you start turning out with Python or React or JavaScript, that is no matter, you can explore very easily. Fine. So writing a merge sort in C always tougher. Writing a
Yes.
merge sort in JavaScript, it is one line which I have showed earlier. So this is
Yes.
what the thing. So no matter that, that is, if you want to know oops, we need to go with C++. So generally saying that C++ will be a funda, and if you know the Java, fine. Once if you Java is not no matter that we need to explore it fully, just know about the code. Then you choose
Okay.
yourself. So if you want a full stack developer, first 1 year, you should be practicing with three things. One is your HTML part, one is your CSS part, one is your JavaScript part. If you don't know these things, directly entering or digging into the React JS, always it is a tougher. Fine.
Exactly, sir.
So it's a one kind of thing. It doesn't mean that we need to explore it for 1 year. At least for 3 months or 2 months, we need to practice it.
Hmm.
Simultaneously, once if we are kickstarted with the same, we started doing with the frame. Either it may be
Right.
Angular, React.
Right. Right.
The flow I supposed to follow for my trainees also.
Okay, great, sir. This is again the same flow which we follow at UniKaksha also. So, once entering into once entering into our job guarantee programs, we take them through some extensive number of coding hours for getting accustomed to a programming language. And when I say a programming language, so if the students are studying Java full stack, they focus on Java, and Python full stack they study this Python, and for Learn full stack programs, yet we are starting with JavaScript exclusively. And whatever programs we are teaching, everything is going to be on a hands-on mode. As you said, if a program cannot be taught, a programming logic cannot be taught. I cannot show you a PPT and this is what we do in the first line, or this is what we do in the second line, and I cannot teach you. I cannot make anyone memorize a program, but I can teach them how to derive their logic and simplify the program on their own. And
Yes.
this is what we are doing. And again, you are also doing the same thing. And I believe, like you said, sir, a string cannot be reversed because uh, only in C they will understand how the memory will be allocated for an integer or for a float or a character and then a string. So without knowing about the hardware, without knowing about registers, how memory is allocated, and obviously the data structures, these logical questions will obviously be tougher for students to answer.
Yes. Because
So
there is,
right, please go ahead, sir.
yeah. So here we doesn't think about that. For example, even in say C programming, we just call the built-in function called strrev.
Yes,
Simply, we never touch the core, and we never went into the what to say the function, what the function has been explained.
exactly.
Even yeah, see, it is all about the curiosity which people should have as a computer science students. They
Yes,
need to know what the function has been deriving inside. So if you start doing it, we can explore anything.
great. Rightly said, sir. So, how much do the freshers lie on their resumes, sir? This is again, I wanted to know it personally because I have been, interviewing for my team, and you would have come across, as you said, you will be interviewing at least 7 to 8 people per day and 150 resumes for a month. So, how much do the freshers lie on their resume? What are the things which they are, portraying it in order to attract, in order to make it impressive?
So in order to make very impressive towards resumes, we need to do one thing, that whatever we do, we need to project it in terms of core area, what the projects we do, and how we explore the part of core. So this matters a lot, first thing. And uh, no matter that any interviewer will see your resume not more than 10 to 15 seconds. It is all about a marketing document. You are going for an interview. So it all speaks about what the learnings you have and what the skills. For example, I will show my resume very simply. Yeah, shall I?
Please do, sir.
So it may be, see, I am in a diverse field. Yeah, I am in a diverse field. So I can explore the things in a different way. Just a minute. So this will give a, see, I never stop myself to enhance or what to say, add every new things to my resume. See, for example, if I do the discussion today, next day I'll be imparting to my resume. So this habit has to. So never turn out your resume from your friend. Start exploring from the notepad, getting into your word, and frame it out in a decent resume, not with any that is special kind of stuffs. For example, that is attracting things should not be there. See, make very simple like this. That is using the right fonts, and right informations. See, for example, I'll be having the resume for about 4 to 5 pages. So, what the core area is supposed to be. So what should be done? You might have a parameter. So this is the key area. This is I need to highlight or things like that. So if you don't go with the wrong steps, so that makes that is what to say pretty much important over here. Yeah, I also share my resume also, and you people has to go with some new kind of stuffs like online resume builders, where you can impart your best what to say the informations and put forth there and have a very decent resume. So that is very important. And once if you are setting all these things, uh, along with your resume, as I said earlier, you need to focus your covering letter, which is very much needed when it is come to that is job opportunity, or if you are into candidacy. Candidacy is nothing but voluntarily you are giving to someone. Fine. So this is what very much important. And skills, for example, skills. Uh, I'll give a very simple example. Yeah, we are not into what to say that is operating system like Linux or Windows or Mac or things like that. See, we will be putting it's a worked environment. So this is the right way to explore ourselves to say about the experience of operating system. We are not rightly expertise in an operating system. We are all working in the environment. So that we need to explore. And simply, if starting doing from ourselves, fine tune it for 10 times, always your resume will come into a right picture. So that people has to do by their own. So again, it is like a logic only. We need to explore by own experience.
Great, sir. So, like you mentioned, people should be going for online resume builders. What our boys and our students will be doing is they'll be going with a offline resume builder where they get all their friends' resumes, and they will find out which is the most colorful one, which is most attractive. They will just change the name and the photograph and the email ID, and
So that,
pretty much everything else remains the same. That is what we are coming across when we have gone to this training for resume preparations and so on. So
yeah, yeah.
apart from this technical skills, what are the other expectations from a candidate who is appearing for an interview, sir?
Yeah, that is certain things we always look into from our human resource part. First is, as I said earlier, the communication plays a major role. Second is the attitude which they're supposed to have. Third is no longer that you should not leave the company because everything is billable. So that is one thing. If I spend a lot of time, energy, efforts, money towards to recruit you, end of the day, after joining, within 3 days, if you resign from the job, see, there is a huge loss for the company.
Hmm.
People has to have the ethics on the same. We should that I need to say that is 50,000, 60,000, 1 lakh. If the another company is supposed to give, they bluntly putting their papers and they move towards to the next company. So it should not be there. If you are in a company for a longer period, then only you can recognize, and if you'll be acquiring the good skills, and you can pitch yourself where you are, and you'll be getting a right opportunity and a trustworthy as a trustworthy person in our organization. So these things the younger generation has to that is establish themselves, not running behind what they supposed to give, what to say that is uh, in a shorter manner.
So what would be a decent amount of experience for a candidate in a company, sir, to at least to quote that on their resumes?
I couldn't get you, please.
What would be the decent amount of experience that a student, I mean, that a candidate can put on a resume?
For example, if you are joining as a fresher,
Mm,
2+ will be the best experience. Don't go by 6 months. See, if you are
mm,
going with the 6 months, people also won't consider for you or a longer or a what to say that is right position. For example, I worked as an assistant professor in Kongu Engineering College for about 14 years. So it's a long period that I made a pitch there, and also the organization and the team has have the trustworthy on me that I can prove something. Fine. Likewise, the industry or in industry also, at least we need to stick on with the company for about 2 years in the initial period, 2 to 3 years in the initial period, because they are investing a lot on you and they are exploring towards training, talent acquisition, everything. See, I want to say one thing that is, it is today, it is all about the talent acquisition. It is not about the hiring process or it is about the recruiting process. So it is recruiting is something different that if you are, that is day one in the start day, you will be getting the JD, end of the day will be closing with the candidate. That is all about recruiting and hiring. So today it is not like that. It is all about the talent acquisition. Acquisition is, we rightly meet the talent and we explore to get into the particular talent in our organization where we can run out the business for a longer period with a billable aspects. So this is what all about.
Great. Great, sir. So that was supposed to be my next question. What is the difference between, hiring and talent acquisition? So you have
So I just
rightfully
made this
answered.
answer and correlated with the that is
Great,
previous.
great, sir. Great. So, okay, sir. So, let us say you are, posting a job requirement, and typically, how many number of resumes would you, how many number of applications would you receive, and in that, how many would have been qualified, sir?
So it is all about 5%. For
Okay,
example, 100 resumes come, fine. So we'll be putting a return test with technical return test.
okay,
Only 5% they'll be turning out for the interview. Even
okay.
uh, the people who supposed to sit over for the machine test or things like that, we will be giving us a, see, the company like Coding Mark will not do the engagement like recruitment in a one day.
Mm,
Always have a certain process that once if you want to get in the company, it is all about the process of 3 months or 9 months or things like that. See, what we do is once the person is supposed to have the clarity to do things, so we'll be examining with one day first. That is, we'll be giving some Spring Boot application with small, what to say, small problem where you can put forth a contact list or things like that. Fine. So we ask them to. It's like an open book test. You can use anything for an one day full day. You just prepare an application and explore it and upload in a GitHub. And if these are very much important. See, teachers
mhm.
will not in a position to teach these things. That is how we are
Yes.
need to rightly use the GitHub or things like it. I'm not blaming any teacher because they supposed to have different parameters to work on their professionals. So it doesn't mean that they need to teach all the down kind of stuffs in a spoon feed manner. People has to be explored because if you want to use the GitHub, be having enough number of videos, but the availability of the data is huge, but the acquisition of the data that is data is very less. So when we are that is as a younger generation or graduates during early 2000, always it is very threat that we need to explore any kind of a knowledge or a skills in a very tougher manner. We need to go search library or that is getting from friends or exploring from the professors or things like that. There is no other go because no amount of data has been available that time. Today it is everything is available, but we are not utilizing it right.
Mhm.
I hope you answered.
Rightfully said, sir. Rightfully said. So, that is pretty much everything from our side, sir. But whatever the questions which we have received from our registrants, I have summarized, and we had a wonderful session. And I'm opening this platform to the participants. If they have any queries, they can make use of this time to uh, question Mr. Harishankar Selvaraj, and we are happy to answer your queries. So the platform is open to the participants. If you have any queries related to hiring patterns, please feel free to ask. You can make use of the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and you can talk to us. So, assuming there is absolute silence here. So it was a very insightful session, Harishankar sir, and we are looking forward to connect with you for a lot more sessions like this to share your knowledge with us. And we have our batches also, our batch students, and we would also request you to deliver a session specifically to our batch students. So that will give them some better clarity about the hiring patterns, especially in this industry in 2022. And it was wonderful talking to you, sir, and thank you very much for your time. And I thank all the participants today who have spent this 1 hour with us.
Also, I am taking this opportunity to thank you guys that giving a wonderful opportunity to share my knowledge and skills or whatever I acquired over a period of time. And I am open to all the time to interact with students and as well as the next generation. So to for the benefit of their growth. And this is what I need to ensure on this particular venture. Thank you. Thank you all.
Great,
Thank you,
great.
team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Good day. Thank you. Thanks, Satan. All the best. Thank you.